We're Skyping with CNET's Bridget Carey, host of the CNET Update, senior editor at CNET. Always a favorite time of the week to talk with Bridget. And I hope all is well.
Yeah, thank you.
Great to hear from you. Great to talk to you. Let's start with new features coming to the Xbox One.
So there was a big gaming conference that went on in Germany. So Microsoft made a few announcements. So if you haven't bought an Xbox One yet, they hope to sweeten the deal to convince you with a few new features coming in November. In November, your Xbox One will work with some 360 games. So if you still have a lot of these old 360 Xbox games, you know, some of them will work, but it won't be all of them. They only have about 100 titles that they got the rights for you to download. So it's not a perfect solution. But Windows is going to work a little bit more with Xbox. There'll be a new Windows interface in November. It'll work together with your home PC, and you can use Cortana to ask your Xbox questions, sort of like Apple Siri, because Microsoft's whole point right now is to have everything Windows work the same and together across devices. So there's one store for everything, and if you buy a game on the Xbox, it'll work on Windows. That's the whole concept. And next year, they're also working on a couple other new features that'll be coming out, like having the Xbox be a DVR.
Ooh, how about that?
So you can record shows. Right now, it has a little channel guide, but the whole concept is that you'll be able to set a show to record, over-the-air shows.
So what is this they're coming out with the next year that could work with Xbox Live games? What is this called?
Oh, the HoloLens.
HoloLens.
Yes. Okay. So you hear a lot about virtual reality, and Microsoft has a different kind of headset. It's not exactly virtual reality where you're completely immersed. It's a see-through screen where computer objects are appearing to float in the room with you. So you could attach a YouTube video player to your wall as you're walking by, but you're still in your kitchen. You can still see where you're going, but you can see a window essentially floating in front of you or attached to some wall. And when I said about how everything would work together, a game for the Xbox could work on this HoloLens. They showed some examples where people play Minecraft, but the Minecraft world is just sitting there on their living room table. And you can imagine that there could be fun ways to have interactive games in the same way. So they're giving developers a way to start tinkering to come up with new ways of playing games.
Better on somebody's dining room table than the Dungeons and Dragons game that was going on in my college dorm room when I came in there one day. They had a big, I never played it, but all these guys were sitting on my bed in their sneakers, and it was driving me nuts when they were playing that.
It certainly makes cleanup easier.
You took me back somewhere, Bridget. I didn't need to go. So we tested out, or you tested it. I haven't tested it out. You tested out Amazon Dash buttons. What's the verdict here?
Okay. So when we talk about shopping at the press of a button, these are actual buttons that you put in your home that have different brands on them, like Bounty for paper towels or Cotton for toilet paper. I got a bunch of them. There's even one for Kraft mac and cheese if you need a mac and cheese panic button. The big issue I had was that, I mean, not only are they $5 a pop, so you're paying to have the privilege of paying for more things. It's the fact that the choices are limited right now. You can't just buy any sort of Bounty product or Cottonelle product. You have to pick from what they say you can buy. So you better want that large pack of toilet paper that will come in a huge box and have to be, signed for maybe at the door. And I also, there was a button for Gillette razors, but it was only men's brand, not women's brand. I mean, I know razors are razors, but still, it's like, why limit the choices? I think if they put more choices out there, it'll see more success. But right now, you have to do a little research and make sure you get the kind you want. Like Tide, if you only use liquid Tide detergent, they don't offer a liquid version. You got to buy the pods or some powder, that kind of stuff. You got to do your homework before buying one of these things.
Amazon Prime, and I don't want to give this short shrift, but we do have to kind of keep it pithy, but now can only be shared with one person. How is that?
Okay, so before, Amazon Prime Perks, it's like that subscription for $100 a year. You could share that free 2-day shipping perk with 4 adults and not anymore. Now, if you want to share it, only get 1 adult, and you better like that adult and love them and trust them because they have access to your credit card now. So it doesn't change things if you already set this up. This is for going forward.
Okay.
It's called Prime Household, and it's only 1 adult.
Bridget Carey. Is there somewhere people could go to read? I know you blog about a lot of stuff or post a lot of stuff online on Twitter and all that. Where's the best place people can go if they want to read more about that? Because that's a very big deal, I think.
Well, on CNET, there's a story, but also I talk about it in my show, CNET Update. So cnet.com/update.
Ah, there you go. Bridget Carey with us. Bridget, it's always great to speak to you.
Thanks. I appreciate being on.